Welcome to Orange County Power Players, where we spotlight the personal, professional, and financial success stories of OC's top leaders. Here's your host, Danny Flores.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Danny Flores with OC Power Players, and today we have Chris Folayan zooming in from Irvine. He is a serial entrepreneur and has worked in the tech space for over 20 years, now developing software companies and e-commerce platforms globally. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about what you do and your business. Give us a little snapshot and how you got started.
Yeah, well, I fell into it. I actually had never been in front of a computer till I was about 17, because I grew up abroad and didn't have access to that. And so once I moved to the States to attend college, I had to get online and all that. So I was intrigued, and that got me into coding and development. And I didn't even know I had it in me. So it just came on. And started working on developing different platforms. One of my software instructors noticed I had a knack for learning multiple computer languages, and just started developing, and got myself involved in a few really good startups, which I ended up exiting, and I ended up starting my own software company down in the Bay Area, which did very, very, very well. And pretty much the rest is history, and just been developing software and creating platforms for the company and for clients. And we've sold several of those companies that we've developed and done really well at it over the years. And now I've started a platform called Founder Centered, which helps founders connect with people that they can use to grow their business, because founders have two major problems: is money and connections. So this platform, it's an AI platform that uses your online business persona and profile to match you and connect you with people who can help you grow your business. So that's what I've been up to. Now,
is that like a paid service kind of a platform?
It is. It's the easiest way I've been able to tell people to think about it is think about it as a matchmaking platform, but for your business and for entrepreneurs. So if you're trying to find somebody to be a mentor, to help you with legal advice, or to help you open some doors, that's what that platform is for. But I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I'm running multiple companies at the same time. But that's one that's I'm very passionate about. I also run an AI company that does basically ChatGPT, but for your environment only, which we can talk about if you want. But
no, it's interesting because AI is at the forefront of technology right now. I think we should kind of talk about, you have the matchmakers. So if you're a business owner or start thinking of starting a business, call Chris, right? But
yes.
In the AI environment, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the AI platform is called Datums. It's datums.ai. And that platform is built to think about ChatGPT, but for your data, and it's kept secure. So let's imagine you are a shipping company, one of the big brand shipping companies out there, and you want to find out how many packages shipped in the past 24 hours from California, from Arizona, and from Rwanda, all going to the UK. That's less than $25. You just type that in, and it will pull all that data in and give you that answer, because it's using AI to compile all that information from all your databases if you're a big shipping company, from all your databases and basically responding to you and giving you the answer you want. So we've all used ChatGPT. You just use your natural language. You just type in a query. As long as the platform has access to the data, it can structure the data any way you want and responds to you, give you graphs and all that stuff. And you can actually ask it to do forecasts. So based on, all our prior shipments and inventory coming in, what can we expect and all that stuff. So it can use your data to do futuristic analysis also. But ask it, any question about photosynthesis or anything like that, it has no idea, because it's not pulling data from any source that, can help it with that information.
So you basically connect it to talk to your database and extract information.
And extract information,
right?
That's exactly it. And it can give you graphs and anything you want. So as long as the data is in your database, it will pull it out and provide you with whatever analysis you want. So that's what we've built, and it's doing pretty well also.
And that can be so helpful for operators to kind of understand the flow in their business. Now,
absolutely, yeah.
Because you have this ability, is that only for transportation or shipping companies, or can you expand into across
anybody? Anybody can use it. That was just an example. Anybody can use it for anything. Schools can use it.
Right.
If as long as you have data sets and a database within your organization that you always query or you're always trying to get information from, you can use this, and you can massage the data as much as you want, ask it as many questions as you want, and know that you're going to get some really amazing answers.
Wow.
Mostly with the futuristic part, like future inventory, future shipments, future, if you're a transportation company, how much gas am I going to be using? How much do I think I'm going to be spending with that? If you're in a school, how well are the grades for this particular teacher over time for their students? How well have they been doing? Compare this teacher to this other teacher. What can they do better with their curriculum based on the students doing better in that other teacher's class than teacher B's class? And just keep on asking it as much as you want, as long as there's a data set for it to pull information from. It will respond.
So is there you're coming up with all these different companies to solve different problems, right? That's the idea. That's the focus, to be able to solve problems, and that's what's helping you make you successful in these businesses that you're starting. Is there a lot of competition in what you're doing? Are there other people doing the same thing where you have to compete against them for the business?
I tell everyone, because I mentor a lot of entrepreneurs all over the world, and I tell everybody there's always competition. I don't care if you think you came up with the best idea on the planet, there's a competitor. Now, part of the whole USP or unique selling proposition is to figure out how can you differentiate yourself from the competitor, right? So you stand out. So I do have competition. Even OpenAI, ChatGPT is competition for the business I just mentioned. It's just it doesn't tap into your database. But if you want to give it access and upload your database into a public platform, it does have access to it. But why would you want to ever do that?
Right, exactly. So security issues.
Yes. So there are ways around it, and I do have competition, but part of what you have to do as an entrepreneur and as a business owner is to try and figure out how you can separate yourself and make yourself unique and better than your competitors, so people are willing to leave them and come to you.
Right. So what comes easy to you that others might find challenging?
I'm not sure if it comes easy, but I'm not afraid to jump in and try something new. Many people are hesitant and they think twice. I'm not afraid, and I'm not afraid to learn from my mistakes and proceed and go on. I don't stress over making mistakes and moving on, and I don't stress over asking a lot of questions.
Mhm.
So I I I think a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid of not knowing the what ifs, and I am very okay with not knowing the what ifs. Very okay with it.
Right? Taking a little bit of risk, right? Calculated risk, and,
Yeah,
and, and then your experience, of course, helps make that a good decision most of the time, I would imagine. I mean, we can't be
absolutely.
perfect. We got failures, but like you said, you got to just keep moving on and just chalk them up as a lesson, basically.
Yeah, and I think if you think of every failure as a lesson, it's a really good way to make it
Mhm.
through life in general. And as an
Right.
entrepreneur
Right.
and as a business owner, it's a really good way of seeing it. So every time you quote unquote fail,
Mhm.
you've learned a lesson, so you're better for it
Right.
anyway. So it's okay.
Right. Right. What is it like Thomas Edison said? I tried a thousand ways to create a
Awesome.
light bulb, but there weren't a thousand failures. It was a thousand ways that didn't work.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, there are many quotes like that.
Right.
Michael Jordan, he missed so many times, but he would not have made a basket if he didn't at least
Right.
try. Right.
Right.
So
Every swing you don't try, that's just you're failing on your own.
that's a
You gotta take
failure.
a
That's
swing,
correct. That's
right? That's the spirit, right? That's the spirit.
yes.
Now, if somebody's listening to us that is interested in getting in the business or developing or creating something that adds value or solving a problem, what would you suggest would be I don't want to say the easiest because it's probably not easy, but what would be the best way for them to get started? Is it
Good question. Yeah.
mentorship, working for someone?
So I have a saying. It's called a pink hug. And I know for your listeners, it sounds like, wait a minute, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
But a pink hug is, think of it as an acronym. So A is for attitude. You have to have a really good attitude. And just like what we spoke about, not failure is not a really good attitude to have. So A is for attitude. So you have to have a really good attitude and a positive attitude in everything you do. And then pink, P is for passion. You have to have passion about the project and the products. So you personally have to love what you're doing.
Mhm.
If you think, AI is the next big thing and you're just jumping into it because you want to do something that's new and innovative, that's not the right path. You won't be happy
Mhm.
because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you want to make sure, like when the going gets tough and challenges start coming your way, that you're
Mhm.
still happy to still go to work and do stuff. So
Right, 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 right.
you want to be passionate about it. And
Yes.
then I is for innovative. So you have to be innovative and always thinking about ideas and never just saying, oh, this idea I have is fine. You have to keep upping the game and upping the ante and improving yourself. N is for, I'm doing pink, so PI. N is for networking. You have to have a good network and
Mhm.
keep on networking and, listening to podcasts like this and, and learning from them.
Right,
K is for knowledge. Knowledge is always adding value to yourself and always improving yourself.
right.
And that's something that you want to constantly do. And then I was a pink hug. H is for humility. You have to be humble and
Mhm.
in everything you do and never think that you know everything and anything. And then the U is for understanding.
Mhm.
And you have to understand what's going on around you and the people that you're working, excuse me, people you're working with and you plan on
Mhm.
working with. You have to be very open and understanding. And G is for generosity. You have to give back, just like you are giving back.
Right,
You've started a podcast. You're giving back knowledge and information from your experience
right.
to the community,
Yeah,
and you have to give back. So you have to be generous, not just financially and doing stuff for the community, but even to the people that you work for and work for you.
right.
So that's what I tell people that you need to do. So if you have a pink hug, you follow everything that I just mentioned, you can start a really successful company and be very happy doing it.
That's a great philosophy to live by. Um, I'm a firm believer that you have to be happy with what you do. You have to be passionate because life is too short, right? Why do you want to do something that you don't like and that doesn't make you happy?
I agree. I totally agree.
And then if that's the mentality and that's what you find as a passion, then you're not really working. You're just having a great time, right?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Under the umbrella of passion is purpose.
Yeah. Right.
So passion has many, many steps, but under that is purpose. Yeah. Everybody has a purpose. And you find your passion, you find your purpose, and you will be happy as long as you're doing your purpose. Yeah.
Right. And then the happiness that you're able to change something for somebody, right? Put a smile on somebody's face. It's like the coolest thing ever to be able to do that.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's not always about money.
Nope.
It's just a feeling you get, right? Of gratitude. And that's the other thing. We have to be grateful for what we have.
Yes. And that's exactly why you didn't hear me say M for money, or there was no monetary value in a pink hug or anything I just said. Money is a byproduct of...
The money will come, right?
The money will come. As long as you're happy and you've been passionate, money will come. Right. It's just how it works. Yeah.
So it looks like you have many or multiple active businesses. Many business owners also like to think of creating some passive income through other investments. What are your thoughts on that, and how do you perceive that?
Yeah, so I'm invested in several things. I'm part of an investor network that invests in, so I'm in an accelerator. I'm in 2 accelerators. I invest in 2 accelerators. So accelerators and incubators, as you guys know, as the companies that invest in a lot of startups. So I invest in an accelerator, and that accelerator then distributes my funds to a lot of startups. And I have found that to be a really good way to still keep my head in the game, because I love entrepreneurship, I love mentoring, and I love helping people grow businesses. So it's passionate. I'm very passionate about it.
Right.
So I've invested in something I'm passionate about, which is in other companies and helping other companies grow. So that has done really well for me over the past few years. So that's how I how I utilize my
amazing. You're just doing amazing things. Well, as we wrap up our interview, what does 2025 look like for you?
Great question. It's, by God's grace, it's just going to be a blessed year. To be honest with you, I have I mean, I know with podcasts, I'm a staunch Christian. Love God with all my heart, and I just truly believe that, you leave it to God and He will always provide, and His will be done in my life. So I go through every day saying Thy will be done, and let God do what He does best, and He does an amazing job.
Right.
So I just can't wait to see what 2025 has in store. But I'm extremely hopeful that the businesses I'm working on and the people I'm mentoring and helping and companies I'm investing in do really well. And we just keep on growing. That's it. So just
being better today than we were yesterday.
Amen.
One day at a time.
That's right.
Right on, Chris. Well, thank you so much for all your insight and tips, sharing it with our audience here. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how could they get a hold of you?
Yeah, LinkedIn is the easiest and quickest. So it's Chris, and then my last name is spelled F as in Frank, Olayan. You can find me on LinkedIn, or you can email chris@foundercentered.com. That's chris@foundercentered.com. But LinkedIn is the best.
Perfect. Well, once again, Chris, thank you so much for joining us and sharing with our audience.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to Orange County Power Players. Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at ocpowerplayers.com/guest.